Hello and welcome once again to 21st Century Music, where it's all about making music. Today we're going to be looking at the two items that are required to get you started: the laptop computer and the audio MIDI interface. So we're going to go and explain these items to you, and then we're going to show you how they're used. Okay, in my hand here now is a simple audio MIDI interface. It has on the front, as you can see, two inputs for the audio, left and right. You can either use balanced or unbalanced plugs, and you can also input digital audio, two channels of digital audio if you want. This is both the in and the out for the digital audio. However, I don't use it for that, and you don't need that really unless you have digital audio equipment, stuff that puts out a digital audio signal. And of course we have the headphone jack here on the right side. Now on the other side now we have the power, the USB connector which goes to your computer, the on-off switch, and your MIDI in and out jacks. Very important if you're using the MIDI to control your equipment. And then here now we have the outputs. You can either take them from a left and right quarter-inch phone jack, or you can take them from a smaller phone jack here where the left and right would be tip and ring. So this here would suit typically for a computer audio setup, and this might work better if you're dealing with a studio. Now, what have we got here on the front panel? Well, as you can see, we have our sync status here, internal or external. We have the MIDI in and out activity to show us if we're getting action. And these are our two inputs. We have a 48-volt phantom power supply for mics if we want. The inputs permit two channels. We can adjust the levels here, and we can see the reading here of the level. And it's auto sensing, so that if you have a line level input, it will adjust. If you have a mic level input, it will adjust. So you have a wide range of inputs that you can put into your input section. Now here is where we have the monitoring. We can either have a direct monitor, in which case this input signal is fed straight to the output directly inside of the box, or we can have an indirect monitor. We can turn off this direct monitor and set up the monitor in the computer software, in which case the input and output sections are separated, where the input goes straight in to the software and any output from the software is then sent to the output. Of course, we have analog to digital converters here on the input that send it down the USB cable, and coming back down the USB cable, the output channels are then converted to an analog output. So the box itself contains both AD and DA converters. Now over here we have a headphone level and a main output level, and we have this button here is just to decide whether you want to use the coaxial or the optical input and output for your digital audio. However, I don't really need that feature at all, and neither do you. So you don't really need to buy a box that has digital audio, because most of the time you're going to be working with microphones, guitars, or keyboards, and they seldom have digital outputs or inputs. So that was a bit of an overkill. And this one's a good one, basically because of the fact that it has high resolution converters. And there's other choices you can make as well. The MOTU have a product which is a little more expensive than this, and there's some other options which you could explore. But this box is good, and we're going to use this box today in our presentation. So having explained it to you now, we'll get right up and set it up with the computer. Okay, as you can see here, we've got our laptop running, and we've got the USB connector going into our audio MIDI interface, and we've got the output here going into our Fender amplifier. As you can see here, we have the Fender amplifier set up with the speaker to just play it for us, and that's as simple as it gets.
Talking too low.
We've previously laid down 4 tracks here in Sonar, and we're gonna let you hear them. Here we have the drums and the bass guitar. So I put those down for you previously, and we can unmute here the keyboard part. So this is really how you do it. You just record one part after the other, listen to headphones and so. I recorded a distortion guitar on this track here. I'm not sure I'm going to actually use it. As you see, you can control the level from here. Sort of gives it a little rock flavor, you know. This is an early version of Sonar. I recommend that you stick with the earlier version of Sonar on your laptop, because if you try to use too big a program or too heavyweight a program, you may not have sufficient computer resources. But this is all you really need if you're only laying down 4 or 5 basic tracks. Okay folks, so now you see how it's done. Thank you for watching us on 21st Century Music, and we hope you'll join us next time for more information about computer recording.